public so stupid and full of rubes that will buy any lies just to get an electorate in. A media that just will pander to the easiest target. It's into HBO drama. It's The Simpsons Season 2, a 4th episode. 2 cars in every garage, 3 eyes in every fish, and an incredibly cynical look at the voting process, and one of the first Simpsons to have actual proper political satire in there. I would say it's the first 10 out of 10 episode, and I think that is what pushes it into the realms of being so great. Its edge that it's got. A lot of the early ones that we were talking about in Season 1 seemed to lack any kind of like discernible message, or they didn't have the bite of later ones. I think this is the first one with proper bite in it, and proper like savvy about the way the media works. It shows the skill they've got at that kind of
satire.
But enough of that shit. What did you think of this episode?
I didn't like it.
It made me feel stupid.
I didn't get it. I don't like politics.
Why didn't Burns win?
No, I equally love this episode. I think this is a really strong one.
I couldn't remember this at all, and was presently surprised that it was both cynical and hilarious.
Yes, it's a very damning look at politics.
Well, yeah, because basically Burns just makes a load of lies about how he's going to lower taxes and how
those damn bureaucrats in the capital. He's making
doing that all the time.
Empty promises. And,
yeah, he's going to lower taxes. He's going to his fish is an innocent victim.
Yeah.
Is Charles Darwin lookalike?
Oh, that's brilliant! I loved that. I forgot about that. That's funny.
Exactly. MVP, the Charles Darwin lookalike.
Yeah, that was great.
Yes, but yeah, it has that bite and edge to it that differentiates it from a lot of the other ones that have been so far.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a brilliant look at the way he just bought his way in, or tried to anyway.
So this episode opens with Bart and Lisa. They're kind of fishing by a pond.
Very strange opening.
Very strange opening because this dodgy news reporter comes out of the car and kind of sneaks in like, "Hey kids, what are you doing?" And they're like fishing, and Bart's like, "I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you?" "Well, son, you know,
I'm an investigative reporter."
And back in my day, we didn't talk to our elders like that way. And Bart's like, "Well, this is my time, so I'm afraid we do, sir." And then he catches a 3-eyed fish, and it sparks from there, and Burns' popularity goes downhill. The plant's facing foreclosure.
Unless if they can have £53 million.
Yes, yeah, $53 million.
Dollars,
dollars to renovate it, which you can't do. We have a disastrous inspection. So he concludes the only way to kind of get his reputation back up and have any chance of getting money to save the plant is by running for governor. Against the popular... Mary Berry? No,
Mary Bailey.
No, she's from the Great British Bake Off.
No, it is Mary Bailey, isn't it? Oh, it's Gail Bailey or some Bailey. Anyway, Bailey.
Mary Bailey.
Mary Bailey. That's what I said.
Yeah. No, I said Mary Berry at first.
Oh, yeah, it is Bailey, yeah. So, Burns runs against Bailey. He looks like he's going to win it until he has dinner at the Simpsons home, and then brilliantly Marge serves the 3-eyed fish, which he can't eat, or refuses to eat because it's radiating.
He promised earlier that he'd eat it. He was like, but leave poor Blinky out of it, and you got a great taste to boot. And then he can't.
What a brilliant
can't swallow his own words.
Exactly. It actually has a call back to something that was said earlier. It's constructed in a way.
Yeah. It's it bookends.
Bookends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did a thing so we could do a thing.
Yeah. Brilliantly well written episode.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
And easily, by far, to the power of 10, the funniest episode so far.
Probably, yeah. They've got the comedy a bit more down.
I loved the sequence where they go around the plant ticking off the various safety regulations.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
My favourite part was the Charles Darwin impersonator.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's my favourite part. Where it's like, oh God, natural selection.
Well, some animals are born better than others.
Yeah.
The hilarious bit is the way it cuts away. So it's like, no, I'm going to have a paid lookalike.
A paid impersonator.
Paid to look like Charles Darwin, and he goes whoop out. Oh, it's hilarious.
That's really good. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, brilliant.
I like Lisa's concern about selling her soul, selling out basically, and saying asking birds this horrible question.
Do you have a question? A very facile one.
Your movement seems to have the runaway momentum of a freight train. Why are you so popular?
That's a brilliant section. Everything in this episode is brilliant, and it all just feels it flows so naturally. The story. The only bit that I was a bit of is the opening.
I think it gets a little bit too long to get into the main.
No, I mean just how strange and abrupt the opening is.
Yeah,
The fishing, and then straight away the guy comes and is that incredibly like abrupt. Oh, I'm an investigative reporter. Just because they couldn't find a way to naturally link it to the.
I think it takes.
Well, it's just weird. He just comes and asks him a question, and just obviously as an attempt to kickstart the story.
Yeah, I think it takes a little bit too long to get into the story. I think
I really like it. I love the way that he gets the inspection, and then it's Homer walking late.
That's true.
I love the way it does that. It's like it just feels to progress so nicely. Like Homer is asleep, so he wakes up late.
And it's established earlier that Homer does sleep on the job, so
it's all feeding into each other.
Set up and pay off. So it's a thing, you know, right? You set something up and then you pay it off later.
Yeah. Not like the terrible clowning dumps where everything just goes boop, boop, boop. Yeah, shit everywhere. But yeah, brilliant. As I say, brilliantly written. Everything feels to flow nicely.
You get more of an insight into Mr. Burns' psyche.
Exactly. Again, a lot like the other one that we watched, the second one, Simpson and Delilah. He's portrayed not likeably, because obviously he's a horrible person who's cheaped out on the plan.
Yeah.
But he actually takes his emotions seriously. When
yeah.
He's sad, so it follows him as he cries, and there's sad music on. It's not laughing at him. He genuinely is concerned about having to pay the money out. There's a reason why he would want to become governor.
And he kind of takes time out so you really understand his plight, which is good.
And it's another great one where it pits half the family against each other. Homer's a Burns man, Marge is a Bailey.
Yeah.
And that actually feels like what the characters would do.
Yeah.
Homer would kiss Burns' ass to get higher up.
Just
because it's the easy thing to do.
It's his job, and he wouldn't go against his boss.
Yeah, Marge would be a Bailey because she's all about, empowerment and.
Them damn women's rights.
Yeah, but not just obviously we don't know if it's a women's right one. Yeah, but she's all more liberal.
Yeah,
a left wing, which you get the sense that Mary Bailey is a, like one of them hometown sort of integrity.
They're never going to corrupt me.
Yeah. Well, Burns obviously is the embodiment of corruption.
I couldn't really see Marge as a liberal, I have to say.
Yeah, well, that we're getting into tricky territory there.
Yeah.
The episode doesn't touch upon it.
It doesn't.
There are worse examples which we'll mention as the trouble with the Marge character with her. So, in fact, we'll mention this on the one where she gets a job at the power plant. That's a good one to bring that up. Yeah. But, yeah, good to mention there, but we'll leave that for later. Well, teasing you with
the Simpsons political spectrum.
Yeah, but, everything in this episode is just done pretty well.
Yeah, pretty well.
I can't think of any real big problems apart from how abrupt the opening was. It just, as I say, it has the bite, it has the comedy. It even has it's got heart to it as well.
A bit, yeah.
A little bit of heart. Yeah.
You care about Lisa's position and... and then Mr. Burns just kind of gets what's coming to him ultimately.
Yeah, well, he's sort of the embodiment. He's the villain in almost all the stories he's in. Yeah. There's not really many where he's portrayed.
I've never really thought Mr. Burns has been a villain.
It's because he's so cartoonishly over the top.
But I don't know. I've always had a bit of sympathy for Mr. Burns. He comes across as like a pathetic, sad, lonely old man.
Well, he is,
and he's just a bit like he's a bit lonely.
Yeah,
he's a bit.
There are episodes that explore that really well. Yeah, where he meets Marge's mother is a good one for that. And
don't get me wrong. Like he's obviously like he's a despicable character, but I've never thought Mr. Burns has been a villain.
Yeah,
I've always been like a sad, lonely man who doesn't understand the world. He's a bit like Grandpa Simpson if he had like money and power.
There's the brilliant one where with the catsup and the ketchup. That episode.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, catsup, ketchup.
It just portrays him as he would be if he was poor.
Yeah. Don't any of these cereals have my face on it? Well, I guess Count Chocolate. Well, this kind of looks like me.
Yeah. But yeah, brilliant. I gave it 10. Would you think it's deserving of the 10? Oh, it's a tough one. What would you think while he's deciding?
It's a 9 for me.
A 9?
I'd give it a 9. It's very close to a 10.
Yeah.
It's very close.
I do think that they do this kind of thing better later on. Political satire. But I think, especially for when it was made, this is a brilliant one. There isn't other than the opening, there isn't a second of this I thought was bad, and it was hilarious to boot.
Yep. I'd give it a 9.
You'd give it a 9, I'd give it a 10.
Which is still great.
What did you think?